Hello and welcome to Reasonable. In today's video, we will explore the recent United States attacks on the Houthis in Yemen and examine the reasons why these military actions will not bring about substantial and lasting changes in the region. The United States and the United Kingdom launched a barrage of airstrikes against Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen on the 12th of January 2024, and as of the recording of this video, the strikes are ongoing. The targets of the recent attacks include a range of military infrastructure such as underground storage facilities, command and control centers, missile systems, drone storages, and radars. The strikes by the United States and allied nations are a direct response to the numerous attacks by Houthi militants on cargo ships and military ships in the Red Sea in recent months. However, many experts agree that the strikes on the Houthis are unlikely to completely diminish their capacity to target vessels and disrupt maritime traffic in the Red Sea. And if you don't believe them, just listen to what the American President Joe Biden himself has to say about the effectiveness of this campaign.
Are the airstrikes in Yemen working?
Well, when you say working, are they stopping the Houthis? No. Are they going to continue? Yes.
Anyway, before we get into the details of these attacks and the reasons why the U.S.-led strikes on the Houthis will probably not change anything, let's take a step back to dive into who the Houthis actually are and the events that led to the current situation. First of all, Yemen is a nation located in the Middle East, bordering Saudi Arabia to the north and Oman to the east. It has a population of around 30 million people. Yemen spans approximately 203,000 square miles, roughly equivalent to the combined size of California and Indiana. The Houthis are an Iranian-backed armed political and religious group which champions Yemen's Shia Muslim minority, the Zaydis. The Houthis are being led by Abdul Malik Badruddin al-Houthi, also known as Abi Jibril, who has served as the leader of the Houthi movement since 2004. In 2011, amid the Arab Spring, widespread protests erupted in Yemen, resulting in the removal of President Ali Abdullah Saleh. During this period, the Houthis exploited the power vacuum to expand their influence, capturing territory and gaining control in parts of northern Yemen. The situation escalated further in 2014 when the Houthis, along with allied forces loyal to former President Ali, seized the capital of Yemen and forced the internationally recognized government to flee. In 2015, the conflict escalated even further with a Saudi-led intervention aimed at restoring the internationally recognized government. However, the airstrikes on the Houthis did not succeed in restoring the government and have led to substantial civilian casualties and a prolonged and complex civil war in Yemen. And since November 2023, the Houthis have launched dozens of missile, drone, and boat attacks on commercial ships linked with Israel, as well as US and UK military vessels. These attacks are not just random, at least according to the Houthis. The attacks are supposedly meant to hinder Israel's military operation in Gaza and punish Western nations for their support of Israel. Although no ships have been sunk so far, the attacks have damaged multiple vessels and have complicated shipping through the Red Sea. The impact of these attacks is significant given that approximately 12% of the global trade and 1/3 of all container traffic passes through the Red Sea. Therefore, any sustained disruption in maritime traffic could trigger a ripple effect of increased costs across the global economy. That being said, let's now dive into the different reasons why the attacks on Houthi militants and military infrastructure will most probably not offer a long-term guarantee for a safe passage through the Red Sea. Firstly, the geographical position of the Houthis plays a crucial role. As depicted in this map, Yemen is situated next to the Red Sea, specifically at a point where the Red Sea narrows and transitions into the Gulf of Aden. With control over the western part of Yemen, including the capital Sana'a, the Houthis are strategically positioned for their operations in the Red Sea. Next to that, much of Yemen is mountainous terrain, which can be utilized for hiding and storing ammunition, anti-ship missiles, drones, and other military supplies. This makes it extremely difficult for the U.S. to completely eradicate the Houthis' capabilities when it comes to drone and missile attacks on vessels in the Red Sea. So, given the Houthis' strategic geographical position, it would be challenging, if not impossible, to fully neutralize their capacity to attack ships without undertaking a direct ground operation to remove the Houthis from power. But even if the United States were somehow able to destroy every piece of military equipment or asset in Houthi-controlled territory, Iran's support of the Houthis would probably still persist. And as nearly everything in the Middle East, the conflict in Yemen and the current attacks by the Houthis are linked to Iran and the Israel-Palestine war. The Houthis are considered to be part of the Iranian-led axis of resistance against Israel and the U.S., along with other armed groups such as Hamas in Palestine and Hezbollah in Lebanon. It's not a secret that Iran supports the Houthis with weapons, military training, and financial aid. In fact, numerous illegal Iranian weapon shipments to the Houthis have been uncovered in recent years by the United States and allied nations. These confiscations sometimes included shipments of advanced weaponry, such as ballistic missiles and drones. However, given the recent Houthi attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, it's evident that the Houthis have managed to import advanced weaponry, despite all the efforts by the U.S. and allied nations. So, unless the recent airstrikes on Houthi targets will be accompanied by a long-term and complete maritime blockade of Yemen, as well as measures to counter potential land-based smuggling operations, the Houthis will probably continue to import components and complete weapon systems from Iran. Moreover, the efficacy of strikes on Houthi targets may be limited due to the Houthis' strong motivation to continue retaliating against Israel and its allies for military actions in Gaza. The Houthis support the Palestinian cause due to shared anti-Israel sentiments, religious ties, and shared geopolitical alignment with Iran. And time after time, the Houthis have communicated their reason for attacking vessels in the Red Sea, which is their strong dissatisfaction with Israel's military operation in Gaza. So unless there will be a ceasefire in Gaza and some kind of political agreement, the Houthis will probably try to continue their attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, despite airstrikes by the United States. That being said, it is possible that the strikes will indirectly force the Houthis to cease their efforts at some point. Significant casualties and destruction of their supplies and weaponry could force the Houthis to cease their attacks and focus on sustaining their own power. If their domestic power base becomes increasingly jeopardized, they might be inclined to halt their attacks in the Red Sea. However, at present, this does not appear to be a likely scenario. In conclusion, the complexity of the conflict, porous borders, and external support networks contribute to the resilience of the Houthis in acquiring and sustaining their weaponry and attacks. Although airstrikes targeting Houthi positions may inflict significant damage on the militant group's capabilities in the short term, it is unlikely that such measures will completely eliminate their anti-ship capabilities over the long term. A comprehensive strategy addressing the root causes of the conflict and engaging in diplomatic efforts may prove essential in achieving a lasting resolution and mitigating the threats to vessels passing through the Red Sea. Thanks for watching this video. Let us know what you think of our analysis in the comment section, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and updates.